Is this a must-win game against the Rams? We're going to talk about all of that right now. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is going down, SDS? We've almost made it through the week. It is Thursday, which means we are inching closer to Sunday. And this is a big game. The 49ers have lost 2 in a row. Atlanta Falcons on the road and at home to the Chiefs. And the 49ers do not want to go into this bye week 0-3. That's going to be ugly. That's going to be really ugly. So we're going to talk about, is this truly a must-win game and what the 49ers have to do to get back on track, because feels like they're off the rails a little bit. Feels like there is cause for at least a little bit of concern, and we'll talk about that all right now. But you already know, drop an SDS in the chat. Jesus says he loves the thumbnail. You see the bread emoji on there. But good to see you guys in here. Corey Soto already dropping super chats on us. Appreciate you, Corey. He says, I don't think Kyle will be fired this year, but I do wonder if his power will be diminished should the season be lost. They have given him everything. Again, I would say the percentage chances of Kyle Shanahan actually getting fired this season are very, very low. But I don't think it's 0%. And that being said, I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen the Oakland Raiders give a contract extension to Jack Del Rio just to fire him a year later. I've seen crazy things in the NFL. For Kyle Shanahan to actually get fired, it would take an absolutely epic collapse where they aren't even close to sniffing the playoffs and has lost the locker room as a result. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think it will get there either. However, anything is possible. We just hope that's not the case. So I agree. I still think the fire Kyle Shanahan talk is still premature. But I understand people's concerns with it for sure. Let's see. Corey also says, P.S. conspiracy theory. The worse the Niners do, the more followers Lance gets on Instagram. I don't know. Is that a real thing? Is Trey Lance stacking up the followers on IG? I haven't seen that, but interesting conspiracy. But shout out to all the SDS. What's good, everybody? Jedi says round table. That would be quite the round table right there. That would be quite the round table. Let's see what's going on, Caleb. How are we doing today? Loyalty says yes, this is a must-win game, and I think it is. I think we are looking at a must-win game. I really do, because San Francisco 49ers have to take care of this division. The Rams are coming in. Their offensive line is diminished. They don't really have a solidified number one running back. Cam Akers was, it was reported today, I think Steph Sanchez, the 49K pod, I saw a tweet that she had saw that Adam Schefter had said not only did the Rams offer up, I think it was a third, fourth, and fifth, but they also had Cam Akers in that trade, and the Panthers opted to go with the 49ers deal. So I think they are completely out on Cam Akers, who used to be at one point one of the shining stars on the Rams roster, and it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So it's going to be very interesting. We got the Ramilia Sports Report in here, of course, a Rams fan. He says, I don't think it's a must-win for the Niners. Clearly, the fact that Kyle is still in Santa Clara after 6 years being under 500, winning isn't the top priority. I think winning is the top priority, especially this year. He got the benefit of the doubt coming in year one, 2017, because they knew it was an absolute full-on rebuild, blow it up from the inside out. 2017 was absolutely a redshirt year for the entire organization. And that's where a lot of his negative win percentage really, doesn't look great. And then, of course, the year that they lost Jimmy Garoppolo to injury in 2018, that was a lost year as well. And then 2020 was a lost year as well. So it's been all up and down, but it's hard to look at the winning percentage and you really use that as a true indication or measuring stick moving forward. But I think we are at the point where winning is number one. I think that's why they make the move for Christian McCaffrey. If winning isn't their top priority, then they're not going after Christian McCaffrey. They're content with building through the draft, slow playing it. I think, to me, the Christian McCaffrey trade signals the true pressure that is on this organization to get something to show for it, to all the work that they've put in. Again, I think part of the reasons why 49er fans are so frustrated right now, because if you take a step back, look at the roster. I mean, you have a stacked offense, absolutely stacked offense, and they are always on a slow start or just can't get things rolling. It's just hard to get things clicking. Always feel like the offense is one of the most consistent units on the team, whether you're looking at offense, defense. I mean, special teams hasn't been good the last couple years. They probably take the cake with the worst unit from that particular standpoint. But the offense hasn't really been hot. We don't talk about the San Francisco 49ers offense really as that blazing hot offensive team. They're methodical, they're surgical, and when those things are working, it's great. But when it's not working, it looks really bad. And I think we're kind of in that limbo zone right now of the 49ers have the weapons, they have the tools, they have a good enough offensive line, they have a good enough quarterback, but it's just not coming together. And that's why I think a lot of people are looking at Kyle Shanahan right now to ask him the question of what's going on. Why isn't this working? Why aren't the 49ers on offense more formidable, more threatening, more scary? It's spooky season. Come on. Let's get it together. So I think it's a must-win game. If we're going to answer the question, and let me know in the chat, is this a must-win game to you? The 49ers can't go in, I look at it from this standpoint. The 49ers technically can lose. They're not going to be out of it if they don't win this game against the Rams. They're not going to be mathematically eliminated. So it's not a must-win game from that standpoint. But I think in every other category, it's a must-win game. An opportunity to sweep the Rams, division opponent, because this team's best chance at getting to the playoffs is through the division. And if you can take care of the Rams and sweep the Rams and push them to the back burner, don't have to think about them anymore. You already got one game up on Seattle. It puts you in a great position in division, and your playoff hopes are especially alive. And you're still looking at that opportunity for a playoffs. It's a long season. It takes a long time for certain teams to gel, and that's okay. But you need to get these wins in division. Dropping and splitting with the Rams, especially with how the Rams are sitting, I think it would bring a whole lot of pressure onto this team organization and would really put a lot of stress on guys like Kyle Shanahan, on guys like John Lynch. Going 0-3 into a bye week, having 2 weeks to sit on that bye, and then you go into week 10 against the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Let's just say, for example, they lose that game. The margin for error is becoming much, much smaller with each passing week. They got to win this game. You cannot drop this game against the Rams. They're going to Levi South. They will be going to take it over. It's already being reported that the Rams are like quadrupling the price of tickets because they understand what it is. The San Francisco 49ers faithful are going to absolutely take over. So they figure, hey, at least we're going to make money off them. So if they're going to paint our stadium red and, again, use it as our vacation home and just completely take it over, we're going to at least charge them for it. So you're already hearing that they're charging an insane amount of money compared to previous weeks to, I don't know if it's trying to keep – I don't think you can keep the 49er fans out because they're going to go. 49er faithful got bread, and they use that bread to travel with the team. And there's a lot of fans in LA as well. So they're at least just going to they're going to make their money off of it. I imagine it is going to be heavily 49ers red in Levi South this coming weekend. So you're going to have a bit of a home field advantage. I really do think this, because we know from past experiences, Rams have had to go into their own stadium on a silent count because 49 faithful have absolutely taken it over and made it extremely difficult and just like a home game. So I imagine it's going to be a lot of the same. If you go back to last year's game in SoFi Stadium in the regular season when Ambry Thomas picks off Matt Stafford to push the 49ers to the playoffs, it was deafening loud because it was majority 49er fans. So the 49ers have that going for them. But I can tell you this. I was at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara last weekend. It was loud. Fans were ready. They were hungry and they were ready to get excited about something. The 49ers started out 10-0, and right after that, it was just dead because the 49ers weren't able to get on a roll. And as a result, they neutralized the home field advantage. So the 49ers have to help in that regard as well. And that starts with offense. That starts with defense, holding on third downs, things like that, because we've seen this team get deflated by long 3rd and 20s being completed on them, and that kills a lot of momentum that's built up in stadiums. So gonna have to get after it. We do imagine Christian McCaffrey will have a full-blown workload. I don't think there's going to be anything stopping Christian McCaffrey from getting potentially 20-plus touches in this game, especially with Deebo Samuel trending towards being out. Deebo Samuel, second day in a row with the hamstring, did not practice today. Linebacker Dre Greenlaw, calf, did not practice today. Wide receiver Juwan Jennings, hamstring, did not practice today. Fullback Kyle Juszczyk, finger, who's already been ruled out for this game. He won't be there, and it's not being discussed enough how big of a loss that will be. Defensive lineman Arik Armstead still not practicing. The 49ers, that list that I just read off, those are all very, very impactful players. Now, the thing that we are going to be looking out for and what's going to make tomorrow's practice especially important is if these guys have a chance to be able to play against the Rams, they need to log a limited participation at tomorrow's practice. That's going to be the silver lining to get these guys in the game. And you saw once Dre Greenlaw went out and DFF came in, missed tackle after missed tackle. Deebo Samuel is not having the same type of year that he did last year. He definitely looked like he was slower, a little bit slower. I don't know if he already had the tweak or not against the Chiefs. But his impact hasn't been the same compared to last year. And Kyle Juszczyk, he is a focal point in the run game and a huge reason why the run game is able to explode the way it has. And that is going to be a big loss. And of course, the 49ers are feeling the loss of Arik Armstead and continue to feel the loss of Arik Armstead and Javon Kinlaw on the interior of the defense. So they aren't going to be necessarily healthy. Again, we don't know yet. We still got tomorrow's practice, so we'll see and monitor it. But I won't be shocked if Deebo Samuel is ruled out against this game, which, again, Deebo's been a huge spark plug against the Rams every year that we've played the Rams. You go back to 2020. Deebo just plays really, really freaking well against the Rams. We go back to this last year. He took that one screen play and demolished Jalen Ramsey, takes it in for a touchdown. So that means other people are going to have to step up. Brandon Ayuk, Danny Gray. Where have you been, Danny? We've been looking for you. I know a lot of fans want to see Danny Gray more involved, especially more involved than just go routes and, big floaters down the field. Get this man involved a little bit. If Jauan Jennings and Deebo Samuel aren't available, you're probably going to be looking at Willie Snead being up. Of course, Brandon Ayuk becomes the number one wide receiver in that instance. So I don't think, I posted this earlier onto Instagram, and although the 49ers have pretty much dominated the Rams during the regular season, I don't think that's an automatic. I posted this, and you can see that the 49ers have, of course, dominated the Rams in the regular season, the last 7 matchups. But I don't think that you can hang your hat on this. I don't. I think it would be foolish of us as a fan base. Of course, this would be foolish of them as players inside the locker room to just assume like, oh, we've whooped them, the last 7 times we've played them in the regular season. It's going to continue. We're going to make it 8. No big deal. Walk in the park. It's the Rams. Their entire offensive line is hurt. Outside of Cooper Kupp, no one has stepped up to really prove they can be a threat in that offense. Matthew Stafford still seeming like he's not 100% right. Can't have that mentality. You can't have that mentality, I don't think, as a fan base. Of course not as players going into this game. You have to have this back against the wall. Like, we don't care who's in front of us. We got to worry about what we do, how we execute, and whoever's in front of us just has to deal with it. So the 49ers, I think we understand. They're their own worst enemy at this point. They are their own worst enemy, so they got to get this figured out. You can't rely on guys being down for the Rams. The Rams maybe not playing at their best level because, hey, it may be cliche, but any given Sunday, these teams can show up and punch you in the face. We've seen it before. We've seen lesser teams like the Falcons come out and execute at an extremely high level, have a defined game plan, all that type of stuff. and just come out and punch the 49ers in the face. 49ers got to do the punching this week. It's really what it comes down to. They got to throw the first punch. They got to drop the haymakers, and they got to keep punching, keep attacking. I love a good surgical attack every once in a while that utilizes clock management, that is, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Yeah, I do appreciate that. But this just feels like a get-right game for the 49ers where they need to come out swinging and looking for the Rams to tap out. Like, that's the kind of game that I want to see. I want to see it's got to be personal at this point. It just feels like that. Like, I really do think this team being 3-4, again, it's not a true make or break, but it is a make or break. This is a mentality. This is a like fundamental, like, who are we? What are we? And how are we going to handle this? We're going to pussyfoot through this game. Are we just going to try to run it for 3 yards here, try to get a 5-6 gain here, play action here for 15. We'll get another run off the left side for 4, run up the middle for 3, play action boot for 7, field goal. Like, nah. This has to be a game in a sense where they also got to prove it to themselves that they aren't their own worst enemy. And also on top of that, it doesn't matter who's in front of them. Go punch them in the face. Got to get angry, man. I think Joe Staley said it well. I think he went on KNBR. He was talking about it. He was like, man, when the 2012 San Francisco 49ers, they had guys, and he straight up said, you need assholes. You need assholes in the locker room to hold these guys accountable, to constantly push these guys to that what they're doing now is not good enough. Yeah, okay, Debo, you got paid. It's not good enough. Okay, Kittle, 98 yards, not good enough. We need 150. Okay, Jimmy, how many yards did you get? Not good enough. Stop turning the ball over. Mike McGlinchey, too many sacks given up. Bunker down. Trent Williams, Brendel, like, doesn't matter. Starts with the superstars. Joe Staley said that Justin Smith, I know you guys know Justin Smith, he would rib Patrick Willis. He'd be like, oh, look at Patrick Willis, best linebacker in the league. Look how good this guy is. Like, he would get under his skin and push him to be better. And at this point, you need some of that. You kind of need an asshole in the room right now. No one should be comfortable. Because if they don't win this game, it's going to get real uncomfortable. Because this fan base is going to be the asshole if it really comes down to it. Some other news that come out of last night: Emmanuel Moseley had successful surgery, so that's good. We expect Emmanuel Moseley hopefully back next year. So we'll see how that goes. Good for E-Man to be back. But again, it's a big game. Can't take it lightly. Week 8, we're already talking about must-win games. That's how you know your season isn't going according to plan. That's how you know your season needs a jump start. And this team is capable. So I feel like when we talk about the expectations should be high. The expectations should be daunting. The expectations should generate pressure because that's what you want. You want those. You don't want the expectations of, oh, this team's ass. Oh, the expectation of, if we win, we'll be lucky. Nah. The expectation is do better. The expectation is execute at a higher level. That is the expectation. So it's a big game this week, man. Big game this week. And of course, too, if you guys do have any questions, comments, thoughts, or feelings, feel free to drop them in the chat. Chili said he finished the Discord. Drop the Discord link in the chat, my boy. Charles said, just tuned in. What did I miss? You didn't miss a whole lot. More of me just emphasizing the importance of this game and how they need to get their stuff together. This group has been together too damn long for this stuff to happen. You have players talking about it. You have former players talking about it. You have people who know much more about this team and professional football than I do talking about it. The pressure's on. The pressure is on. We talked about this earlier. They are in danger of missing this game. They did not practice today. They got to put in a limited participant tomorrow to ensure they're ready to go. Jimmy Ward probably still does have that cast on. Again, it sounds like Jimmy Ward's going to be playing exclusively out of the nickel. And I don't think Jimmy Ward wants to play out the nickel. Again, putting it's a blessing and a curse how flexible you can be with Jimmy Ward. He can play safety, he can play cornerback, he can play in the box, he can play deep half, he can play single high, he can play man coverage in the nickel, man coverage outside, and got him in a bad spot a little bit. But he's still getting back to it. 49ers got a big test. Big test ahead for sure. Again, the Rams are a beatable team. But the 49ers have beat themselves more than other teams have beat them. And that is the troubling part this year. So the hope is things get back on track. Execution levels are there. Energy levels are there. Sustained consistency is there. Because right now, they're just inconsistent. Just inconsistent. So now is the time to get after it. On the road, big win. Head into this. I don't want my Halloween to be salty. I don't want to be trick-or-treating with the kiddos and just be angry because the 49ers lost 3 games in a row. After looking like absolute world beaters week 4, week 5. Got to stay consistent. Got to be ready. Got to be focused. Big opportunities. Big opportunities ahead. So we'll see. He hasn't dropped a Discord link yet. But if he does. And if you are going to the game this weekend and you will be at Levi South, be loud. Get after it. Special teams need to step up. I agree. coverage teams haven't instilled a whole lot of faith, I would say, especially after last week. So would love to see the coverage teams do better. I'm not worried about Mitch Wishnowsky. I'm not worried about Robbie Gould. I'm not worried about those two, but I'm worried about the coverage teams. Coverage teams have to be better. They have to improve. Oh, yeah, I could talk about this. I haven't been silent about this. If you follow me on my personal Twitter, at Graham_SFN, it's basically one of the main things that I post about is Aaron Banks and how good of a season he's having. I posted some clips last night of Aaron Banks again. So last week he's going up against, Chris Jones, Frank Clark. Last week before that, he was going up against Grady Jarrett. Before that, he was going against Derek Brown. Before that, he was going against Aaron Donald. Before that, he was going against DJ Jones. Aaron Banks has been really good this year. And not only has Aaron Banks been really good this year, but he can get even better. And that's the best part. And I'm having a lot of fun watching Aaron Banks. His ability in pass protection, you can see how smart he is, how quick he is to react. He picks up stunts extremely fast. He's all over it. He is all over it. I've been very, very happy with Aaron Banks, especially how quickly this fan base was decided that he was a bust before he even took a snap, really. Which again, I'll never understand sometimes, but I understand from a global fan base perspective that you get drafted high, they want to see you play. So I understand it. And, I think Aaron Banks needed that red shirt year to get acclimated, get his body right, get his mind right, and really kind of develop to the NFL game, because transitioning from college to the NFL, I would say it's most difficult on the offensive line. Because the level of talent is just so dramatically different. Going from college defensive tackles to NFL defensive tackles, it's not even close. Not even close. But Aaron Banks has been phenomenal. Aaron, you should be excited. I really look at that 49ers offensive line. I know, McGlinchey had a rough go. I was watching it back again last night. He did good in the first half for the most part. The second half, he struggled pretty mightily on a couple series. Overall, he did okay, but there were probably 3 or 4 plays where he versus Chris Jones gave him business on a couple plays. So, I'm not going to make excuses for him. I know he's dealing with the injury on his right leg, but Chris Jones got him clean a couple times. And I think it's been well documented. And I think also too, he came out and said he needs to play better. And I think we can all get behind that. O-line, the O-line is ranked the 5th best pass blocking unit according to PFF. Again, I'm not a big PFF guy, especially when it comes to offensive line. I think it's a real shot in the dark with their grading system, based on how I know of it working and who's doing the grading. But I can say, as someone who's watched every single snap of the offensive line through 7 weeks, it absolutely checks out. They are a phenomenally strong pass blocking unit this year, which is surprising because it's not always been the case. The 49ers are typically a run first offensive line, and that's where they have their most strength. And a lot of the times they have to utilize play action and run action up front on the O-line to help them in those situations. But really, again, Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel he's good enough. He's good enough in pass protection. I think Burford's done a pretty darn good job in pass protection. McGlinchey has done a good job in pass protection for the majority of the year. His worst game was for sure against Kansas City. Definitely. So, but for the body of work, not bad. Not bad. Chili says must win game 100%. Also, what are the score predictions right now? Got the Discord finished. Drop the Discord link in the chat if you got it, Chili. Get us started. If that's how it works, I imagine you drop a link and you join up. So drop the Discord link in the chat. I'm all for it, man. Our Facebook group hit 10K. So I know we got some Facebook people in here. So if you want to get in on the Facebook group, we got one of those. We're ready. We're gonna get the Discord going. I'm a old geezer. How do you work that there Discord? How's the Discord work? What is that? What do you got to do to it? You got to jump start it? How's Discord work? I don't know. I've been in like Slack channels. I don't know if I've been in a Discord. I've been in one Discord. That's a lie. I've been in one Discord, but very minimally used. What's good, Lake City, my boy? But yeah, so we got a Discord. I'll get it figured out. I'll link up with Chili. I think Chili said he hit me up on Twitter a while back. I'm notoriously bad at checking DMs, so I'll definitely have to check into it for sure. We get a Discord going. Young and old can come together and just talk. What's their Discord? It's Discord? Well, where do I plug it in? I got to plug it in somewhere. Where do I plug in this Discord? Good one. I like that one, John. What I do with this core? Nice. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Jose, I did it again. See, I told you, Jesus. Once this is the Charmander West thing all over again. I told you, because now my mind is like, okay, don't call him Jose. I told you, Jesus. I told you it was a wrap from this point on. I told you. I'm sorry. You said Chad, what the heck? Yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan of Brunny still rotating. I don't know what's going on with that. That's hilarious. Don't know what's going on with that. But they'll not try Brunny at center. Not even close. They won't do it. But really, the O-line. No, I'll call you by your name, Jesus. I'm not going to call you Jose. That's so funny. It's our inside joke that will last forever. I guarantee you, Jesus. We're going to be talking about that for years to come. It's our own version of Charmander West. I love it. Goodness gracious. Honestly, our offensive line has been all right. For the considerations of how it's been kind of put together, and they can still improve with that unit, but it hasn't been the problem. It's not, I can't put the link unless I'm the moderator. Okay, so resend it to me on my Twitter, and I'll get it going. I don't know what your Twitter name is, so resend it to me on Twitter, and I'll try to get into it, and we'll get the Discord up. And listen to Dabbing Hyena. Get those likes up. Oh, there we go. He just sent it. But the offensive line is doing a good job. Really, I think, again, we came into this season like really worried about the offensive line and how they were going to perform and what it was going to look like, just because of so much unknown. We just didn't know. But to be perfectly honest, the O line is doing a pretty damn good job. All right, hold on. Almost into our Discord. So again, if you're unfamiliar with Discord, what do I do with Discord? Do I plug it in? Where do I plug it in? This is basically a group chat. So whether I'm live, not live, game time, games rolling, you can pop into the chat and I gotta sign up. I want to get this thing out though. I think it'd actually be fun. Email's already registered, then what's the problem, dog? All right. Let me get this done. More of the sausage making process, behind the scenes look. All right. I'm in. How do I share the link now? Oh, this is dope. How do I share the link? SDS community. I'll share my screen so you can guys at least see what the hell I'm doing. So just not you watching me try to figure out how to get into this Discord. All right, so we're in the Discord now. So again, we're building a chat for all of us live. How do I get this link out to everyone in the chat? How do we do that? Yo, wee Liddy. Let's go. Oh, we got gifts. Drop the link, my boy. So you'll be able to get in here. Oh, this link right here. All right. So if you want to get in where you fit in. Here's the Discord link. Dropping it in the chat so you can join the Discord. Again, if you're not familiar with Discord, it's basically a live chat that's always going. So game time, you could use it as a live chat. Not game time, whatever, man. You just hop in here. We got the SDS community rolling. Oh, look, the SDS starting to come in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Squad up. Squad up. You love to see it. So we got that going. We got a Discord now. Shout out Chili. Shout out Chili Boy. We got Chili. We got a cord. Hey, let's go. Look at the chat going up. We lit. So we'll do our prediction show tomorrow. Well, we'll go through it all and really break it down, look at the roster, all that kind of stuff. But we can't agree. The big game coming up. Big game. Shout out Chili, putting up the Discord. Let's go. SDS community continues to thrive. Let's go. Oh, look at the Brad emojis. You love to see it. Look at the squad, man. So inspirational. And again, you can hop into this Discord at any time to talk 49ers football with the SDS community. So that's pretty damn cool. You love to see it. Love to see it. Again, if you want to get in, drop the link one more time. I think Discord, you can access it via like web portal, or you can download the app. What cord do I plug it into? What tarnation to talk about? What cord do I plug it into? Hey man, we continue to move. Appreciate you guys hopping in. Let's see. Yeah, we up. Let's go. All right. So 49ers, man. You know how it goes. They're going to frustrate us when they don't win. They're going to lift us up when they do win. And we're going to be here along for the ride no matter what. So definitely looking forward to it. Shout out to all the SDS hopping in to the Discord. You'll love to see it. The Discord's litty right now. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. This Discord, I have a good feeling about it. This Discord's going to be big time in a couple months, maybe a couple years. We're going to have all the 49er faithful in this group chat. It's going to be one of the most litty spots. Also, too, stuff like this is cool because obviously I do 49ers content, right? Stuff like this gives you guys an opportunity to kind of get your content juices flowing and posting relatable 49ers content. So that's the cool thing about these kinds of chats or groups is like, you know, obviously I'm in my content mode. I built out all my platforms, but this platform, stuff like this, you make a following like within the SDS and you decide like, hey man, I want to do my own content too. You can drop your content into the chat, be like, hey SDS, I just wrote this article, or hey SDS just made this post, or I made this graphic, I edited this video, all that kind of stuff. This might be a perfect time. Looks like D'Amico Ryans is finally at the podium. So I'm going to hop over into there, see what D'Amico's talking about. Again, if you want to hop into the Discord, here's the link one more time. You can already see chats going up. So hop into the Discord. We'll have that live chat going always. D'Amico's talking right now. Appreciate all the SDS for tapping in. As usual, Appreciate the squad. I'll catch you in the Discord later. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see